And it's green, they go in Léger. Jordan Sarrou in the middle of your picture. In the red jersey, explodes off the line. Koretsky, his compatriot, alongside him. There's Schwarzbauer at the front as well as Martins Blooms. And a bubble in the middle of the pack, and they're down now. Where is Nino Schurter?
No, he's in front of this crash for sure, but see how dusty it is, and also over there how dusty it is, and the rider will affect the vision of these riders.
As they smash the way up this climb, and it's Vlad Dascalu.
Yeah, strong start of him.
On the number 11 bike for Trek Factory Racing, the European champion, alongside Victor Koretsky on the 34 bike in the grey jersey.
Look at Nino Schurter with the number 1 on his bike already in the first few riders.
There
he
is Nino Schurter. What a start for the Swiss racer. Bart, he's at the front of this race already. We thought it might take him a couple of laps. Straight to the front of this bike race.
The adrenaline in his body must be very high.
And this is why, because he did not want to get caught up in this bottleneck.
Wow. Start on the 4th row, now already leading the race.
So Nino Schurter has overtaken 25 riders in the first 2.5 minutes of this bike race.
Yeah, that's really impressive.
What do you make of Victor Koretsky's chances today, Bart?
Yeah, I see him doing really well today. What he showed us in the short track last Friday, and it looks like it took him a while. Last year wasn't his best season, but now he's becoming stronger and stronger every week, and I think it's a matter of time before he wins another World Cup.
Schwarzbauer really pushing on. Takes a deep breath before this fast ascent.
Yeah, and the speed is high.
And they enter the woods
and
again.
Very dusty when they're entering this part of the course, especially if you are around the 10th place.
Is that a benefit of being out in the front, Bart? You do
yes, it's so much. But also for your lungs. I mean, all this dust comes into your lungs as well.
Yep, there'll be a few coughs around the breakfast table tomorrow morning.
It is. After the race, they will feel it in their lungs.
This section is
so
dusty
it is.
Yeah. Hard to find your lines as well.
Yeah, there's only one line, but there's still a lot of dust. It makes it also very slippery, difficult to brake as well. But I think it's a matter of time before we will see the first really attack, and that the gap's becoming a bit bigger than they are right now. Nino now pushing hard.
You'd think that would...
For the first time. You can see one finger on the brake.
Smallest pull the brake lever for Schurter, then goes back to the deft grip. All 4 fingers and thumb around the grips.
Dubois.
Yeah, Joshua Dubois leading now. And the difference in between Lukas Schwarzbauer, who has the fastest lap time, 10:35, with Nino on a second place, 10:35, only 1/10 of a second slower, 0.2.
It's turning into F1, this stuff. Look at Dubois go, and they all had the battle to jump on the back of him.
He came out the slipstream. It's like a road move. You attacked from behind with the draft.
Well, they're all in the feed tech zones, getting waters, cooling down.
Yeah, cooling themselves down. They know how important it is. But Joshua Dubois is looking strong and back over his shoulder to the riders.
3 Frenchies.
3 Frenchmen and Nino Schurter.
Yeah. Also a big gear he is pushing.
There's Schwarzbauer.
And Aldridge.
Jens Shermans is in there, as is Alan Haverly. There's Flukiger in the white helmet and the red jersey behind Martins Blooms.
Grigio as well, moving through.
Current overall leader.
But he's suffering, you can see his expression on his face. Yeah, what happened with Jordan Sarrou in such a short time?
Yeah, he was my favourite for today, so I'm done.
Yeah, I had him in the predictions as well. That's not gone well.
But that's the chasing group.
You can see it. Dascalu's coming behind him.
Yep.
And now it's Koretsky to the front, in front of Dubois. Look at the pace of these front 3.
Yeah, Joshua Dubois was pushing hard in that climb, and it's now Victor Koretsky who's overtaking him.
Koretsky, Dubois, Schurter, Sarrou, Dascalu, the top 5.
Victor Koretsky, he likes to lead in the descents.
He's really fast, super smooth as well, and he carries a lot of speed.
His bike skills are amazing.
Yeah.
Also, safest place to be. You don't get caught up in anybody else's crash in front of you. Oh, Schurter. That's where we saw Samara Maxwell towards the end of the under-23 women's race.
And this is a really hard section through here. Dead turns, roots. And we saw I was in this section yesterday when they had the recce time. You saw Nino doing lots of laps, trying different sections, different techniques.
Yeah, a different line for him, but it didn't look like that's the fastest. Victor now, a small gap he has.
And it almost looks like there's a couple of lines that are more risky. You know, the chance of a small crash or burping a tyre.
Yeah, there are plenty of places to burp your tyre here. It's on high speed, a lot of off-camber.
4 to go then, here in Leger, and Koretsky is off the front.
He's going now, huh?
Yeah, the way how he's pedaling, it doesn't look, that's an easy ride. Yeah, the way how Victor is pushing it looks good. There's power behind it, there's aggression.
It looks smooth.
Smooth, yeah.
Dubois looks like he's labouring a little bit, and Schurter fancies just getting past them. Can this group come back towards them?
You can just see the effect, A, of the heat, and B, the early pace. You know, now they're visibly suffering and slowing down a little bit on this climb.
Yeah, Joel Roth.
Joel Roth is fourth at the minute.
Place,
Swiss
leading
rider,
this group.
having a big day.
But look at Jordan Seru, he's suffering, the BMC rider.
Well, as we've seen in just about every race today, it's all about adding up those seconds, and Victor Koretsky's got 15 of them at the minute ahead of Nino Schurter. It's just that little attention to detail, that little bit faster everywhere that we've talked all day long about. And there are the chasing pair.
Oh,
Schurter
flat tire,
pointing to the rear wheel.
Something.
So
Sure of it, it looks like that.
Dubois is about to be left to do the chasing by himself here. What was Nino Schurter pointing at? We're guessing a flat rear tire. Still signalling.
Let's see how fast they can change it this time.
So gets himself well clear, takes the opportunity to cool down.
Yannick, the mechanic.
Scotch
Rem
goes to work.
Wow, what a shame for him again.
They get it in the right gear. Give it back to the boss. Off he goes. 30 seconds, I make that part. Let's see where it brings him out.
He should have been here with Joshua Dubois. But that chasing group actually is not that far off. Joshua Dubois 22 seconds off. Nino has been with him, and Marcel Guerini leading that chasing group on 52, so that's the 30 seconds. Here is Nino Schurter with Vladaskelu behind him. That's Marcel Guerini.
Well, it's been a busy afternoon for Nino Schurter. Off the line, he overtook 25 riders in 2 minutes. He was right at the front of this. And then rear puncture again in this season.
That's nice to see how Victor Koretsky is riding this course, these technical parts of the course, without any problems. Just a shorter line.
Joshua Dubois, 23 seconds back. Currently there is the chasing group behind Dubois with Guerini, Schurter, Dascalu and Shermans.
This climb is relentless. 4 minutes, same gradient, almost. So tough.
There's Tomagrillo on the number 6 canyon coming through now.
And then Nino hits the front. Time for him to up the pace. Oh.
Whoa. Schurter across that gap. Just about hanging on to it.
A small gap for him.
Looks like he's pushing on now,
third place again. Nino Schurter after his
he's attacked.
Flat. I mean, he has to change. I'm not sure if it was a complete flat or just a burp.
Victor Koretsky then on to the final lap in Leger. Moves within 1 lap of his first UCI Mountain Bike World Cup win of the year in the cross-country Olympic distance.
Yeah, the gaps in between the riders are not that big, but the lap times are very consistent for Victor Koretsky as well, around 11 minutes.
Schurter has attacked this group behind him. He's up the pace and he's gone. There he is.
Nino.
It's been a busy day in the office after that hectic start. There is the leader, Koretsky, freshly drenched in water to try and cool himself down one last time. Attacks this big long climb.
Oh, but Nino. This climb shortens the gap, but I think he's closing to Debo.
He lost a lot in the beginning.
Looking laboured on the climb now.
Well,
interesting last lap.
Look how hard Schurter's pushing here. Cian is catching, and he's catching Joshua Debo.
That quick.
Where does he get just these reserves of energy?
Crazy.
So deep into a race that's been so eventful for him. Schurter passes Joshua Debo. Nino Schurter into second place. Koretsky leads the way on the final lap, clears those double jumps, and then between Schurter and Debo, battle rages for second place.
Yeah, that's the battle. And the last bit of this climb, the technical part in the forest. He almost is at the highest point of this course.
Koretsky getting ready to do the double.
That's Marcel Guerini on third place.
Guerini's up into third place now.
That's Joshua Debo with Vlad Dascalu, the number 8 and 11 on the back of their jersey.
Debo's legs just tying up 10 minutes too soon.
Guerini's best performance of the season so far, a 13th last time out at Pal Aran Sala Andorra. But the smile starting to spread. Just this last little punch of a climb. Then the man-made rock section to go. 20 seconds now to gap back to Nino Schurter. Koretsky, hands off in celebration.
That's Nino Schurter.
Nino. Guerini.
Yeah.
Guerini, really?
Dascalu.
Yeah, and that's Guerini.
No, Dascalu up to third.
Dascalu up to third now. So it's yo-yoing behind him. And he's only 5 seconds behind Schurter. We have seen Dascalu very, very strong at the end of races this season already. Koretsky sitting down safely through the first rock section.
Joshua Debo dropped back to the 5th place.
There's not going to be much in this at the line, you know. Victor Koretsky celebrates. He doesn't realise the pace that the mob are arriving at behind him. Koretsky.
The gaps in between the riders, it's nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Wife and son watch on. Victor Koretsky wins an absolutely remarkable UCI Mountain Bike World Cup here in Léger, Haute-Savoie. His first UCI World Cup cross-country Olympic win of the season. Victor Koretsky takes victory. Never looked back, never looked in doubt. Class act from start to finish. Victor Koretsky wins at home in France. And look behind him. Nino Schurter from deep in the grid. Vlad Dascalu takes third. Full gas in the last sector of the last lap. Vlad Dascalu wins. Fourth goes to Marcel Guerini. 5th place to Joshua Debo, who battled so hard for so long and deserved more than that. Last spot on the podium.
The gaps, so close.
Yeah, nothing in between these riders.
Jens Schurman's
on 6th place.
through in 6th. Big result for him.
He just missed the podium, but what a performance.
Still a fantastic race for him, huh?
It is.
Nino Schurter
Exhausted.
down.
That's a rare sight.
More than that.
Victor Koretsky, that one meant so much. Does the double.
To win in 1 week, it's amazing. In France, in front of my family, in front of my French crowd, I can't believe it. I don't know, it was a dream week for me and I'm super happy. I can't believe it, thanks a lot.
You go and celebrate, congratulations.
Victor Koretsky takes to the podium. Takes to the top step at his home round. Koretsky, Schurter, Dascalu, Guerini, Debo. And second for Nino Schurter means that Scott Schramm, MTB Racing rider, still leads the way in the overall.